you had visited the uh, dancer's lobby where uh, the where the proprietor Tarbelane and and Fiona had a rather lengthy
Discussion. Discussion.
encounter, um, of
We used
which,
our lip a lot.
yeah.
Don't forget to check your
And
Twitch, David.
I thought I refreshed that.
I don't know if you did. I was just putting out the reminder.
Oh, I assumed you were looking at, like, what users exist.
I hadn't gotten that far yet. I was still logging in myself.
I wish I wish there was more free form control of panels when you don't have full screen on the thing. Freaking A, fine. I will expand everything. There, there we go. Hmm, Anyway, um, while that was going on, Ro had discovered the more seedy side of the place, as they're running a kind of what, what would you describe it as, first?
I, I mean, it was like an Assassin's Guild shady shit for hire type scenario.
All right. There was a little bit of PI mixing because they didn't necessarily just kill people. Well, kill
Well, that's why I
people.
said shady shit.
Um, Torbeline and Fiona, you have definitely impressed Alton Mir. Also, do I have you guys? Let me. I think I shall have you guys on the phone.
Hey, we're on the world map.
Yep.
Okay. Because I think guys we're almost about ready to leave the city anyway. Um, but yeah. Um, so with as impressive as you guys were, he has stated kind of before he's more willing to be kind of amicable to the den of sin versus being a straight up rival business. And perhaps more interestingly, um does give Carboline and Fiona um souvenirs or mementos is how he refers to it. Excuse me. Um, for you, Carboline, um, what he actually gives you is a um, sorry, um, is a necklace. This necklace is clearly foreign uh, to Estrina, so possibly some form of import. It actually looks like it's from actually looks like it's more of a nympha design. And what it will do if you're interested in actually using it, so it does cost like attunement, um, is as long as you are uh, as long as you are below half HP, it will and not at 0. Um, it will regenerate 30 hit points a round.
Nice. That's very useful. As long as I'm not at 0.
No, you're not at 0, and as long as you're below half.
Okay. Deck spells, kid.
World. Ignore the realignment thing. You're probably not going to do it on this map anyway. Okay, as a quick reminder, the primary objectives, unless I'm totally missing them, were to locate the downed airship, which Kara had the general location for, and finding finding the basically person of ancient studies in the metal forest that should have the know-how to at least jury rig any repairs that critical repairs that the airship may need. At least that was her, kind of running thoughts based off of the memories that she had since her reamalgamation into a person.
Yeah, that sounds about right. There was also keep an eye out for that one girl on the wanted poster that the guy put out for the Shady Guild. But yeah, that was that was more of a tangential thing that we could do while we were in the area looking for the airship and stuff. And we were getting ready to set out to go find the machinist and the airship. I'm leaning towards looking for the machinist first, because he might be able to notice clues for finding the airship that the rest of us aren't necessarily knowledgeable enough to notice, but I'm negotiable on that.
Because I am down.
Okay. So I guess we're setting course for Metal Forest. But since we have to pass through the area where the airship is supposedly located, while we are passing through, I will be trying to keep an eye out for viable trees, assuming magic in the area works, so that we can quickly teleport back here once we find the guy.
Okay. Given the map itself, any of basically any of the tiles that have tree looking stuff on it that isn't obviously dead, like fallen forest, or the completely like messed up looking areas, you could find a suitable tree for. So you have like most of this hex and then these other 2 hexes.
Okay, well, he will mark a few likely prospects just, so he has them recorded.
Okay.
Just so he has backup in case the first tree doesn't work because it got cut down or something while we were gone.
That would be hilarious.
That'd be wild. Now David's got ideas.
So, accounting for lumberjacks, forest fires,
Like, what happened? Bullshit happened when you were away. There was a sudden case of deforestation.
Fern Gully happened.
All the trees suddenly became petrified.
Petrified, I think, might still work. It just has to be alive. I don't know if they die when they become petrified.
I forgot about that random volcano island over to the west. Anyway, um, so are you planning on? Well, you kind of have to use your ship to traverse. Um, okay. Could you show me the route you are wanting to use? Oh, you wanna live dangerously? Okay.
That living dangerously? I don't. We're skirting the
You
forest, but we're not
are
going into it.
you're skirting the forest, but you are going through one of the deadland levels of corruption zones with the path you chose.
Okay, well, the idea was to try and skirt it, not actually go into it. But I only have so much control over the ruler tool.
Well, it occupies like a good chunk of a hex, which is why it's you're still
So
you
more like
know
that would be the safe, the air quote safe course.
that'd be the safer course. Yes.
Okay, and it doesn't look like it adds any real time, so yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
It's 12 days regardless. So that's 11 days for Tarpaulin to spend with his wife.
Woohoo! And our new competitor.
Hey, what you two do in your own time, I got no business.
I
Solo with
know.
friends, it's all up to you.
Otherwise, we would have had to what's the word I'm looking for? When a husband and wife consummate. Thank you. I I said thank you to myself. I just answered myself in my head. That's probably not a good sign.
You guys have been married for 800 years. I'm pretty sure you're consummated by now.
Oh no! But we have to consummate our relationships with our fellow business rivals.
Ah, you're consummating your business relationship. Okay.
Yeah, we do that too.
It's a handshake deal. Okay. In which case, it's sounding like what row are you going to be navigating the ship?
That's seems to have become my role in general anyway, so yeah.
Okay. Can I get 4 um helm rolls?
What are we counting as helm here?
I mean, now it's a hover ship, but I believe we were still using was it watercraft at this point?
Okay, so you're counting as you're rolling for vehicle proficiency, not like a survival for navigation or something. Okay.
If you have like navigation tools, you can use that as well.
I mean, we have them on board, but I'm not proficient.
Okay.
This is going to be a ride.
I mean that 27 looks good.
And the 17 and the 15 aren't bad. It's just the 12 that's a little iffy.
Okay. As you are sailing, gliding through with the ship, you'll go through various hilly locations. Looks like you'll skirt some. You'll like skirt some mountains. Um, regular regular water locations, except for the excuse me, except for the fact that uh, the floating ship has hovering ship rather has encountered a interesting aquatic event, and it's not the Krakoa.
Assume you mean Ukatoa, because if you mean Krakoa, then we're definitely turning around. I'm not crashing into X-Men Orgy Island.
I meant Ukutoa, yes. Though I mean, you know, if Krakoa is where you
If
draw the
crashing,
line,
are you sure crashing into X-Men Island isn't an option? Like crashing into X-Men Orgy Island, like that sounds like a good time.
it certainly is an interesting place. Okay. No, well, the image that I'm going to show you looks small. Um, it is actually going to be about 3 times the length of um the Narnia.
So, really big freaking crystal snake.
Yeah. At the moment, it is just acting um, as a impediment that is that was noticed by one of the crew members. Unfortunately, um, it wasn't before you guys got or rather close to where it essentially is acting like a particularly annoying reef with its length like semicircled um not on the floor of the ship but close to it, say within
Does it
50 feet, and it has
does
noticed
it
the ship.
feel corrupted?
If you're on the ship versus spending time in the city, feel free to make me a wisdom roll.
Oh no, never mind.
I will do that, however.
I know. Oh, you mean more so as I identify trying to use
My training to identify it, yeah.
your
Or to identify
dexterity.
signs.
Yeah. In this case, you'd be making a nature roll.
24.
Okay. uh, the glittering snake, which is more of a colloquial name, though with that roll you do know it's longer, more boring name that no one actually uses. Um, hmm, but that's weird. Anyway, um, it is not um not a corrupted creature, nor is it a fallen. However, the fact that it is something that is seen here and now is a decent indication that it has been forced out of its habitat, as these things are usually along the undersea coastal sides, or if encountered in the ocean, some sort of you know crevasse undersea that they generally inhabit. So the fact that it's on the surface is an indication that its living space has been run out. It has been run out of its living space, likely by something either corrupted or a concentrated mundane force. Um,
All right. Well, we'll try to swing to not run into it. Try to give it a wide berth, but have the cannons ready just in case it decides to try and start shit.
okay, it does notice your ship and is kind of shifting to get still maintain its obstacle nature. Is getting in the kind of getting in the way of um your path. With that nature roll, I'll say you're fairly certain, just based off of known behavioral patterns, since you're not actually using, say, animal handling, um, that it is likely not being hostile, but is uh, essentially
Essentially,
messing around with something that is in what it's trying to redefine as its territory. This thing is capable of hostile action, however. It's not
yeah.
passive. It's just kind of messing with you at the moment.
As I say, it's toying with us. It's and it's marked as areas as territory, which means if we do get closer, it's going to probably get aggressive. But right now, it's not being so. I'm going to use my Warlock Pact to cast Speak with Animals to see if I can persuade it to let us pass.
Speak with animals, okay.
Because I'm presuming if I had to roll nature for it, it's probably closer to an animal than it is a thing that has normal language. Though I have tongues, if that would be more appropriate, based on what I know
I
from that nature roll.
I 100% expected you to have a thing called Snake Charmer. Don't ask me why. It's like you've been waiting the entire game to use it. It's just you have.
No, unfortunately, I'm only a painter, not a smooth jazz musician. So I do have an ocarina that might do it.
Is it of time?
You guys have turned into.
Well, yeah, it would not be tongues. It would be speak with animals.
Okay, so I will attempt a persuasion with Speak with Animals then. Hey, yo, we mean no harm. We don't mean to infringe on your territory, but we need to need to get through here. Is there a way we can work something out to get by you?
Hmm. It will kind of you know Snake, it's hung out and like dart to, in dart through the air to kind of taste the air as it were. Um, hmm. Have seen many of those, and it'll make an indication with its body towards um towards one of the ship's cannons. Who doesn't remember the Narnia does have cannons?
Yeah, the Narnia has cannons, at least according to its stat block.
Hmm. Could um could use a large booming thing. He doesn't know what they're called, but he knows the sound of it when when it's used against something else.
I mean, are you capable of using that? I mean, kind of requires hands.
Um, it will the kind of at the far length of its body, it will swish um swish its tail as if to indicate it could like pull a cord or something.
I'm gonna apologize, guys. I don't think I'm gonna make it past 2 a.m. tonight, which is 8 p.m. y'all's time.
So we're gonna get maybe an hour of a session. Okay.
Yep. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, it is what it is. See. Yeah, I should be able to replace the cannon. So obviously, got to run it by Lane first, just because he's the second in command. But I don't foresee this being a problem.
Isn't it Kami's ship?
It is Kami's ship, but Kami is not here, and she left. And Lane was the person running the ship when she wasn't on it.
Mm.
So since Lane is technically in charge of the ship, I got to clear it with him. So replacing a cannon should, before she gets back, should not be too hard.
Hmm. I mean, it's essentially a large sea snake. We don't need to deprive ourselves of a cannon just for that. He's mo- he's more considering the fact that, well, if we're down a cannon and we need and we need all the cannons, like we don't. It's not like it's threatening to crush the ship or anything. We don't need to acquiesce to it. Is kind of as his Emirates mindset on things.
Well, at the moment, it is not proven aggressive. But it is clearly intentionally trying to block our path. So if we try to actually move past it, to get to where we're going, versus just trying to cut around it like we are now, and even if we're cutting around it like we are now, it might still choose to flip on us. At which point, we risk losing a lot more than one cannon.
Maybe ask it what it needs the cannon for.
Pretty sure that was implied, but yeah, I can. I can. All right. So, what threat are you facing where you think one of these will be helpful to you?
Have have seen things that have thr- uh, mm, thrown me out of my home. I've also seen booming things on, I don't know what ships are, on um on floating wood that has defeated much powerful things.
Okay, so he wants the cannon to defend himself because he's been run out of his home by large things, and there's other things that have been actively attacking him. This would seem to indicate that he is not actively interested in being hostile, but merely wishes to defend himself.
Yep.
Hmm.
You would need to make like a persuasion roll or something if you wanted to convince Lane, because it's like we don't need the waste resources. Is his thought. He believes that that the stronger people on board, i.e., the party members and party reservists that are on board, would be enough to take this thing out. And hell, probably could use its crystalline scales for um, either equipment or just recouping any loss of like personal ammunition.
I don't know if I'd have to roll or whether my passive insight's enough for this. Just trying to get a vibe check on the snake. Like, is this thing, pulling my leg? Is it actually dangerous? Is it really just, trying to, make sure people leave it alone?
Unless you're remembering a particular skill thing, wouldn't animal handling in this case act more like insight for an animal versus insight proper?
Let me look.
Hmm.
Because yeah, unless you're aware of some rule that I'm not, I'd be calling for an animal handling roll for that.
Intuit and animals, intentions, animal handling. Okay.
Like, oh, that's good, pretty good. Okay. Um, Given the current situation, um, the crystalline sea snake or sea serpent rather, is has no intention of being hostile to you unless you um are hostile to it. As a matter of fact, um, if you try to like force your way through, uh, it will likely try to herd you around what it perceives as its territory, which will cost you time, but not endanger you unless lines of hostility are put. Um, but yeah, it's basically looking for ways to protect itself better.
All right. In which case, I'm inclined to follow through, which means I got to persuade Lane.
Interrupt Tarly in his negotiation, giving you the face.
Oh, that's definitely more his department than mine, but he's not here right now, so
25. Damn, okay.
He's he's summonable with a little bit of notice.
25 is in fact the difficulty that you needed because, Lane's stubborn. Okay. I wasn't expecting that high of a roll from Ro for this kind of thing. Okay,
I got
there'll be a
lucky.
bit of back and forth. There'll be a bit of back and forth, and you are eventually able to convince them, though a bit begrudgingly, that it ultimately will take longer to properly go through all the points of a debate than it would be just to hand over the cannon, basically. Okay.
We will, in theory, hand over the cannon. I will use a sending spell to inform Tarbalaine that, while he is in town, I need him to secure a replacement cannon.
Hmm.
I will be send,
Cannot
when he finds one, I will
grant
send funds
request.
for. When he finds one, I will send funds, accordingly, so it doesn't come out of his pocket. But since he's in town where he can look for one,
Oh. Including shipping and handling.
I will cover shipping and handling. I.e., I will send a tree for it.
Oh, I meant acquisition. My apologies.
Yes, I am covering the cost of the cannon. I just need you to find it and negotiate a reasonable rate.
Our blade will happily do so, and then apply 10% markup.
I am not surprised. That is fine. Finder's fee is fine. Hopefully, he's able to get more than a 10% discount.
What do I need to roll?
Persuasion if you're wanting to, haggle for prices and get discounts. Um,
Okay, but hear me out. Uh, can I make a deception roll and say that the cannon appears to be damaged? So ask them if they'll sell it.
yeah, you can go that route. There is in fact a few options if you're interested. Did we just sound like we just maybe lost someone?
No.
No, we're all here.
Okay, I can't hear you guys, but you guys can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. You might need. Well, me talking. If you can't hear us, me talking doesn't do shit.
Okay, test 1, 2.
Can you hear us now? We hear you.
Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay, good.
It cut out right after I said, hear me out about deception. We all heard that whole thing.
Yeah, we heard what you wanted to deceive the guy that the thing was damaged so that you would get a better rate.
Yeah. I didn't hear the response.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah, you can go that route. 1 second. Let me just do this real quick.
Huh?
Question is, can the giant snake figure out how to reload said cannon?
It's I mean, it's not super intelligent, and they'd be able to figure it out with trial and error.
My thought process is it only asked for the cannon, it didn't ask for the cannonballs.
Okay. In terms of looking for a replacement cannon, there of course is the regular cannon, which is 800 gold. There's other options that you have.
We just want a regular cannon, yeah? Or do we want? I suppose we're giving him our cannon.
Yeah, we gave him our cannon. You were replacing the one I got rid of. So if you want to if you want to spring for an upgrade with the idea that it's coming out of my pocket anyway.
Oh yeah, then let's get the nicest one. Firestorm sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds like it shoots some kind of like magic napalm or something.
Hmm.
Oh, 2,200 before you negotiate.
After a very well spent luck point, we have a natural 20, 37 deception. And David is cute.
And back. Okay, that was a really high deception.
He does have a plus 17 to deception.
Okay. He'll be a bit annoyed, and even then, that is a restraint because he is actually rather angry, not at you, but the fact that apparently um he was shipped uh damaged goods.
Yeah, I would be too. Yeah.
I
But hey, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, I know it's going to eat into your profit a little bit, but
Hmm.
I'll take it off your hands. It costs plus like maybe 100 gold.
Hmm. That would be quite a deficit. Would would 30% off be reasonable for you? That would be 1540. Um, given from what you can tell, Sarvalane, he can actually go lower than that if pushed, and if you push him, that's incorporated into your initial deception roll if you're wanting to push him beyond his first offer.
Oh, 100%. I'm a
Okay.
money goblin.
Okay. In that case, the furthest he will uncomfortably go is half off for 1,100. You can push to uh to to cost plus 100, but at that point, while he would agree, he it would be reputation damage, and he would not appreciate you as a customer further on. But you could push him to that final amount that you're actually wanting.
We'll go for half off. It's a negotiation. We can't just take everything. Take him to the full cleaners. I mean, we could, but hey, we know his limit.
Okay. And to confirm, this was the Firestorm cannon, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
Tarplane doesn't even know what it does. He's just like, yeah, you know what? Let's get that one. It looks cool.
Sounds impressive.
I think Ro will be happy with this.
All right, so you paid 11, so I'm sending 12 through with the crew to collect it. So you get your 100%, 100 gold markup finder's fee.
Yep. And don't worry, I got the damage fixed.
Thank you very much.
Just in case you were also listening and believed that the thing is damaged.
As far as I know, I have no way of eavesdropping on that, so you should be safe.
No, I know. Hopefully you guys got past the snake relatively quickly after giving him the cannon. Before he realized that he really doesn't know how to use it. And then he's just gonna pull you over all the time and ask you all these questions and be like, it's gonna be like teaching grandma how to use Netflix.
Yep. Also, make sure to update the charts to represent the fact that there's now a giant crystal snake there, so we can let people know to avoid that area. Because if we're popping back in town to pick up the cannon, we can make sure to upgrade, update the locals on, hey, guess what? Avoid this. Merchant ships don't go here.
Hmm.
There are the stats.
Damn.
That's why it was like magic items levels of expensive. As with Matsustrina stuff, uh, it is not magic based. You're essentially dealing with what amounts to cluster munitions, which is where the blast radius is coming from.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. This could also be fit on like a heavy warframe, but you can be attached for ships too. Okay, since you are wanting to mark off this area on the nav chart,
You're just gonna leave the crystal snake on the map.
yep. Okay. The rest of the rest of your journey um, is largely uneventful, as you are able to, you know, suitably avoid any hazards that come to your attention. Um, such as like roving near dwells and things like that, which you could engage, but I'm sure you're actually wanting to reach your destination, or obstacles such as trees that have been knocked down that you'll have to circumnavigate.
Cool.
Now, getting closer uh, to the metal forest, which is rather gleaming when light when light hits it, as it is a well, something has happened to much of the trees itself in the forest that have caused them to be more metallic, along with actual actual like debris and stars from what looks like downed conventional airships, um, strewn over the place, enough that um, with your 15 roll there, you'll find that you're not immediately seeing any safe navigation for the Narnia itself to get closer, meaning that you're a day further away than you would like in terms of travel. If you would like, you can make some roll to see if you can discern a path that you're not like immediately noticing.
Yeah, no, I don't mind, hiking the extra day, I guess, if I have to.
Yeah, so you could push through, but you're pretty sure you would damage the Narnia.
And that's the last thing I need is grief for getting, for scratching the boat.
It's okay. I'm pretty sure most of the planks on the boat have been replaced since it was original.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it has.
Is it still Theseus's ship?
Oh yeah, I think we confirmed a while back that aside from like I think like a particular piece of it, it's been rebuilt over, over and over again just because it's been sitting there for a while.
But what I can do is we can take Charon's boat further in.
Yeah, we could take Chiron's boat
Oh, that
further
could
in.
hover, yeah.
If I move the wheel from one ship to the other, it can.
Oh,
Now, sadly, Chiron's boat doesn't count as a tree for the purpose of teleporting.
okay. Yeah.
So I guess I will run it by the people who would actually be going in. So Thomas and the NPCs. Like, okay, so we can either hike an extra day, or we can take Chiron's boat with the idea that we will not be able to blink back to the Narnia because Chiron's boat is not a teleportation device.
Yeah, that's fine. We can take Chiron's
Um,
boat.
Mint's fine as well. Is he interested in basically the shiny forest, as it were?
Okay. Which,
Zasha and Jatra are also fine with it.
okay. Just as an experiment, then, before we commit too deep, do the metal trees count as trees for the purposes of my plant travel?
Um, no, because they're no longer
Okay.
living.
Well, that answers the
It's
question
like
anyway. we wouldn't be able to teleport back anyway if I can't use the trees. So yeah, this works.
Yeah, because your off the cuff guess is maybe that there was a large chance mutation event.
All right, in which case I will try to find a body of water, like a river or something large enough for the Narnia to safely land in.
Okay, for that, I would either need like navigation, photography, or survival roll.
I will go with survival.
Wow, okay.
Asta
I know you
taught me
said
well.
river, but will but will like any body of water do?
Any body of water that is big enough for the boat to safely touch down in. River has
Okay.
the advantage of her being able to sail out to sea while we're working, but if we can only find like a lake or something, that's fine too. I just want something where she can land flat as opposed to canting because she doesn't really have landing gear.
You do find a rather large lake that you can land the Narnia in. Um, it it was rather obscured um, um, by bundles of trees and such. In this case, since you're at the edge of the metal forest, regular trees instead of metal trees. But you were able to like gently push your way through with the semi flying nature of the ship. And when you land, you would notice underwater um, signs that there is a wrecked airship that has sunk to the bottom of this lake. There's really enough displacement and stuff for you to be able to land the Narnia fine, but there is technically a separate though sunken ship here at this location.
I'm going to, via water breathing, just take a minute to check, make sure that's not the one we're looking for.
No, from what you can tell, it was some sort of some form of cargo transport airship that had, for some reason, since you're doing a cursory look, um, fallen out of the sky and wrecked itself in the lake some time ago.
Oh, sweet.
Its damage to the hull indicates that that its cargo stores are still there, though without extra time, you're not sure how much cargo has actually survived, lengthy submersion.
Well, Lane, looks like you guys get to do some salvage while we're out and about. Maybe even find a new cannon.
That certainly sounds like it's worth our time.
All right.
Okay, you all know what to do.
We will leave them to that as we transfer the Spelljammer wheel to the I forget what she called it, but to the Johnny Jack, and that's what she named it, at least according to the loot crate.
Okay.
And start sailing, or in the much smaller boat towards the the metal forest.
Okay. Um, um, Red. Given it's 15 minutes till how are you feeling? How are you holding up?
I am crashing. I've been up since we had to go take my car to the take we had to go return my car because my lease is up. So I've been up since like 7. No, I've been up since 6:45 my time, and I did get a half-hour nap, but that was clearly not enough.
Okay.
Got any climactic scene settings you want to do before we cut off?
As a matter of fact, as you are, and I'll ask for some navigation rules next time to actually navigate the metal forest. But for the areas you can traverse, without rules, um, you do shortly after going into the metal forest itself, um, which again is a combination of like airship shrapnel debris, and metallized trees and plant life. Um, you will you'll see that there have been indications of other travelers that have gone through this area from the site of uh, gear that has been left behind, where the uh, leaves on lower branches of trees, for instance, have acted like blades, like severing backpacks from, or satchels from people, and clearly people trying to go, okay, this isn't worth it. We're losing gear and money, fall back um to deeper in where you are where you are beginning to notice um things that at first appear to be just more metallic debris, but the more perceptive of you, or more inherently deductive of you, will be able to note that some of the things you're seeing as you navigate a bit further in are not just debris fragments, but in fact the smaller Ustrina Warframe suits. To use a different parlance, the powered armor type suits. Um,
Hmm.
that have been that have clearly been damaged by things such as now dense metal branches falling falling on them, but more importantly, some of the damage. Um, I believe Roe has the highest passive investigation, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Will be able to notice that while some of this damage is quote unquote, natural, again, branch snapping, a number of them are done by claws that have just seemingly pierced through pierced through um, the metal of the powered suits, and damage to some of the metallized trees themselves, indicate to you that whatever whatever event has just changed the plant life may have also transmorgified living things in the area into some form of um, metallized metallized animals or monsters, neither fallen nor corrupted, but something else.
Hmm.
So we have a giant beast running around causing steel petrification of some kind. Fun. And us without greater restoration.
Okay, and there is where I will leave it for the moment. For the moment, uh, next time you may certainly discover more um, more potentially threatening things about the metal forest, or perhaps more positively, encounter daring freelancers or hunters that are still here, which may be friend or foe.
And I apologize again, guys. Maybe next time I will not have such an active day.
It's
Hey,
cool.
life is life. You know, things
Yeah, as I
things happen.
yeah, shit happens.
Yeah, yeah. Car anymore. Had to take Nico got his stitches out today, so we went to do that. I filed
Ooh.
my taxes today. It's a busy day.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you later.
Yep.
Yep.
Good night,
You
man.
well. Get some rest.
Yep, yep.